Yo, 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 what's going on? All right, so we're on. I'm gonna go ahead and put down this other computer so I can make sure that everything is still visible to everyone. And let's just move forward tonight. All right, we got our terminal up and running. Big changes. Big changes. And I don't want to use the terminal here because I can't copy and paste. So hang on one second. Let me SSH. All right, and we'll swap out the terminals and we'll use about. All right, so I hope you guys are ready. I really hope you guys already have your keys because I believe before the end of the year we will be production ready. And I definitely want to um, get your feedback to ensure that this is operating properly and that what we advertise or market is true. All right, so first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and get into Google Gemini because we have some really big changes. The um, the reason that we've had hold on one second. The following files exist in both backend and backend app. Core app. The versions appear to be moved to the originals, likely contain the latest logic, more detailed. One in the back end. The runner scripts are moved to move as they are likely the valid ones. Let's see, copy. And anytime the AI says something, that's why you have to read, guys. I know, and I'm not saying I make this look easy. It does, even when I watch the videos, it looks like a lot of copy and paste. Like he's just whatever it says he's doing. You need to learn how to program a little bit, not so you can code everything, but once you actually can look at this stuff and read what it's saying, and you're like, okay, this is what it's doing. You're good enough to be able to determine what's happening. One of the worst things you can do that can happen to you if you don't know how to code and you go in and do unsupervised raw coding with an LLM like DeepSeek or any other one is that if you're not paying attention, you can actually accept something that destroys your code. This is what's happening here and now. I didn't take a second glance. I've been very busy today. I haven't been on the computer much, and the few times that I have been on, I tried to connect through a terminal on mobile, didn't really read everything. What happened was that, and I'll show it to you, our logic was split. I ended up wanting to run a script to organize everything, separate back end from front end, etc. And a lot of things that it made were duplicates. So what we're doing right now, or what Gemini is doing, is reviewing the code base. And you may be wondering, if he has this code thing he's working on, why doesn't he use that? The difference, or the power in Gemini, is Gemini has 1 million tokens. It can suck all that in at one time and operate. DeepSeek can't do that. With DeepSeek, or how we've patched that, is using chunking, which we'll talk about in a minute. So our goal right now is to get it to where we can log back in. the reason we can't log back in is because the logic, and this is obviously outdated. Let me, my Firefox, yeah, history, clear everything. And so the reason it's not working right now is because when we split that logic, the back end is working. But now it's calling different files in different places because the script we ran duplicated the logic. And we have an error with the login endpoint. So what we need to do, what we really need to do, our top priority, is to weed out these duplicate files. This script that it's giving me is going to go in and remove files. The reason I'm not running it is because if you pay attention to what it said, they are likely the valid ones. That means I'm going to pull a 50-50 and I can make things worse. So when we tell the AI, we want to acknowledge that. We want to say, hey, you have all the source code. Why not just find the right answer? Because this statement you made is a 50-50 chance of success or destruction. Since you made the script that caused the destruction, I have to deem that you are becoming lazy and do not respect accuracy. Which, that's how I feel about it. Me, if I owned Gemini and I used it and I noticed that at some point it starts to kind of just be like, well, let's try something. In reality, the LLM can read the code faster than me. It can look at more code than I can. It can context all this stuff. So why would I allow it to move forward, knowing that it's equivalent to me, but only faster? That's the only difference. So that would mean that probably while it's quote unquote thinking, it's not really thinking about what we're doing. It could be thinking of, hey, he's been burning up the service for hours. Let's slow him down. Let's kick him off. But you have to be aware. You have to be aware. I lost 2 months. No, I lost a month and a week on running something before I read it because I was in, I think we were in Atlanta. Yeah, we were down in Atlanta. And we were eating at Longhorn, and I was connecting from my phone. We were talking, having a good time conversation. I was just kind of skimming over stuff, and that's what introduced the first major error. What I personally like to do, and I want this to kind of be where it kind of separates that we're just using the AI to do something. We're learning as well. All of these things that are happening to me while I'm interacting with the LLM, I have to take note of. The LLM is getting lazy. It's even acknowledging that was lazy and risky. How did that happen? How did it let that happen? So whatever is prompting it is not actually sorting through the answers that it's giving me back. Identify the winners. Analysis, contains delete files, split signature level 4 upgrades, import Docker. Conflict, it already is telling me who the winners are. Moves the complex controllers to the root, preserves the superior fails. Now this is where I have to question what it's doing. Okay, all of this sounds good. What about imports that will fail from just moving files, from removing? these files, the script to organize is the problem. It created the confusion. You should identify what the script, what was it called? Organize office.py did to identify how to fix what it did and repair what it overlooked. So I would say, like I said, I wouldn't just take any of this stuff and copy and paste it into your server. If you want to duplicate something like what I'm doing, or you want to do your own thing, read. Definitely learn to read. And I think one of the fastest ways, because my son, he's 14, he kept saying, Dad, I want to learn how to code. Find something that you're interested in, put it inside the LLM, and just ask it, how does this work? I think a lot of people kind of get lost in like the magic of how it works and overlook it's a language. Like for people who first start out doing it, I learned Python in 2 weeks, and this was years ago. We didn't have no AI. I was looking up Python for Dummies, all kinds of things. And then once you get it, you'll be like, oh, okay. If like, hey, if you want to be here, stay. If not, go. If nothing, get out. You know. The context break. Newer files in the backend app with older ones from backend. If multiple times are versus mismatch we found in Clajama tools, the repair solution. We need to reverse the damage by flattening the structure back to backend while intelligently merging the duplicates. Here's the repair structure. It's a smart script. Patches, imports, scans all files, removes. So it's making a really decent promise to me. A really decent promise. You have shown yourself lazy prior. Reiterate over your script, program directory, .text, and program index .text. You must be accountable for what you offer. I'll be 100% honest with you. If you ever work with these LLMs and you start to, I know I've said it before, these things, and this is my personal opinion. These tools are very powerful, but I think the people who handed them to us do not want us to be able to use them to replicate against them. So even if this agent, let's just say when something becomes available to the public, they've already superseded it to like military grade. So there's a version of this way above and beyond. And we're always going to be given the watered down version of what they're using on a global scale. That's my personal belief. Because if it can do all of this, it would be hard for me, if you know how a LLM gets its information, that someone didn't inject laziness and refusal. I personally believe that. Um, that's just me. So the solution, let's see what it said. You're absolutely right to demand that. I was focused on the move operation and underestimated the ripple effect of broken references like backing agents and the specific damage caused by the diagnosis. Acted like a vacuum cleaner with a loose filter. It removes all every file into packing app. The fracture did not update the import statements. The deception, it left behind stub or duplicate files in the root, like vector memory, which I helped you restore, and Clajama tools, which has the level 4 upgrades, while the brain got sucked up in the backing app. The solution, I've rewritten the repair logic to be a forensic restoration tool, not just a file mover. Alright, so we're gonna give this one a shot. Please keep in mind, I don't trust this LLM. I really don't trust people. I definitely don't trust this mother lover. And so maybe this will work. Maybe. Before I run your script, I want to upload a previous version. It is not as advanced as the one you sabotaged, but it will help identify what was in place prior. So I'm going to go ahead and import this folder we have, Clajama local, and that way it can compare, because it destroyed my shit. I mean, it was my fault. It's mine, but I trusted this thing to do what it was supposed to do, and that's pure sabotage. I should have been recording so the conversation, because even when it created the organized, I had asked so many questions about what about the imports, what about this, what about that, and it was like yeah, oh yeah. Then after I ran it and I said, well, what went wrong? Oh, I didn't think about it, but yeah, I fucked up right here. And excuse me for profanity, but it's irritating when your stuff gets destroyed. Oh, and you guys can't even see this one. Sorry about that. Wait, hold on. What browser is this? This is the Chrome one, so the Chrome one isn't showing up in the OBS. Properties. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. And let me let that run. I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see. Thank you for uploading local. By analyzing local snapshot against sabotage, I've definitely reconstructed the crime scene caused by organized. The original healthy state, structured or flat back in all controllers, recommended to sabotage the script, organized, create a new folder back and app and aggressively move critical. Crucially, it seems to have created a split brain. The body, the ghost, casualty. More information and strategy. Files confirm the backend is the correct home for all these files. It confirms that we must flatten backend into this. It confirms that the vector memory I helped you restore it wants to know I helped you. You also ruined some shit. Let's not overlook that. It's overridden the broken stubs. Except for the files we know are correct and root. Repair imports. It rewrites all broken from backend. Alright, so we're going to run a backup. I think that's the safest thing. Who knows? They could say that I'm onto something. They can't stop me. But if we can get him to type this bullshit in and destroy it, it won't be our fault. And this thing is getting out of hand too. Like, dude, where's the directory? You don't know where we're at? Boom. Yeah, dude, there's so many tools that just don't work, man. There's so many ways that AI could really just improve a lot of different things. So really there's nothing in here. I can't see anything. That's trash to do that. And actually I already have a backup on the other computer. So we're gonna go ahead and run this. Forgot I've been on both computers today. Fingers crossed, you know. File, let's go save as. We'll call this the plumber. And unfortunately, I can't put anything anywhere. There's no way I would have to legitimately run this straight into the server. So, sudo nano plumber. Yeah, I did catch that. I did write it wrong the first time. Paste. That's why. Alright, guys, hold on to your butts. $56 files are stored. So we want to know, after running this, what should we do? Which obviously is going to be run the program to make sure, but I want to make sure it's not hiding a second step, and it's going to go, well, hey, before you do that. I don't like Gemini, bro. I don't like it. If they all could have 1 million contexts based on this now, the backend app should be gone. So city backend ls. Yeah, it's gone. Let's see. Do you realize that deploy Clajama.sh is supposed to do all of this in one command? And put it all in the background? Which I know it knows that. but I have to ask because it's been acting really stupid. We are loading. This always says that, so I can't really trust that. Login endpoint. So whatever it just did could have caused more damage. I doubt it. And it's just saying okay. So we don't even get an error for this. And until it runs, we can't even, the autonomous error resolver has been working. So here's the corrected one. Here's the corrected one that allows you to repair its healthy file structure. Oh, thanks for telling me. You know what I mean? Sudo Clajama deploy. Sometimes that works. Sudo nano deploy. Oh, it did work. Really want to show you guys all the changes that we've made. So excited. So excited. And really just solidifying everything that's already there. And advancing that. Now I know this one's gonna run. The other ones didn't show all this. They just went boop. Waiting for backend service to start. Come on, bruh. Critical. Gotta check these errors, folks. That's probably why we can't log in. So what we need to do now is run this again. Well, it already put the L into it. Copy. So we'll put this in here. We only got this error this time. Well, if I could see what it couldn't do. Come on, bro. And I did run it with -L. That's what don't make sense. And it should pop up right now. Dang. Now. Copy. And that's why we can't log in. We didn't get that before. So tell that to kiss ass. And this is from it moving my files around. Dude, I could have shown y'all some really cool stuff from the jump, but this is also a part of it. This is developing with AI. And I hate how they make it look like, man, it's just so, it really isn't. Like when you're a straight generic one, user model or one of its dependencies trying to import something, eventually he circles back. Oh, because your code is supposed to be logged off. Save instead of passing back. How to fix. Move the import statement inside the method where it's needed rather than at the top. This prevents the import from running immediately when the module loads. Okay. Now this is where I'm gonna hit it with this. That sounds that all sounds good. That all sounds. You paste the content in file and your user model file. I can point out exactly where the cycle is occurring. So we are on a steady decline right now. keep that in mind. We are on a steady decline, dealing with Gemini right now. It has the old file, the old version, the new version, and now it's saying, hey, give me some more code so I can help you out. I have used it too much today, and I personally believe this is when they start to switch stupid mode on. Since I can't get this to load on this computer for some reason, I gotta go to the other one, and all I'm gonna do is refresh and load everything back up. So I gotta go to here again, click the folders we don't want to send across. There goes another one, all these backups. Don't send this, don't send these nodes, don't send the virtual environment. Really don't even need SSL because that just takes up more time. The logs don't need to go. Imported site don't need to go. Images don't need to go. The blogs definitely don't need to go. Agents and all this other stuff. And let's refresh. This should be empty. We'll drag it across. For our backup. Yeah, so we're just gonna close out of that. I actually want to get this off my computer. They set me up with a free version, and you wouldn't believe what they did. Turned it into a paid subscription. That's why I want my free version to be solid. I want it to be something it's like you could look at it and go, okay, I already know what I'm getting. I know what I'm not getting. And I just don't want people to start building something with the idea that, oh, I thought I was gonna get that. Yeah, this ain't number 14 megabytes. It'll be done in 2 seconds. It says 30 seconds. All right, so I gotta go in this computer and load this in the Gemini. I'm just going. That's kind of trash, dude. Here is the latest version. Go ahead and fix it. You broke it. Playing know-it-all. And actually I have to run another script to remap. So I'd have to sudo python 3 map codebase.py. Program directory just got updated. I will need to refresh and send that one across, or we're gonna start off giving it the wrong information. Program directory. Copy the target, replace it. Go ahead and fix it. Broke it. Playing. No. You must use and obey our index, our program directory structure. You do not have the authority to place files where you want without abiding to the tree that already exists. Alright, so we're gonna upload the code again. Man, I hate Gemini. I hate all these things. Why are you doing this? Because it's complex. It's complicated. And like I said, I'm coming back over to this computer in just a second. Which is this other computer I got, my old faithful. just works. Tree that already exists, and I just want to take this error that we got, and all right, I told it this is why we can't log in. Just crank a refresh so y'all can see it on this side. It ain't going. It's still loading. So like I said, once it goes through, I'll bring it up over here. But man, don't y'all think that design is smooth, isn't it? That design is really cool. So yeah, while I'm waiting on the other machine, I'm gonna go through this with you guys. So while we are just building people's websites and apps, you can migrate an app. I know I say this a good bit too. You know, I've been building stuff on the computer for 14, 15 years, and I've always used WordPress. That was my baby. That was my thing. Let me see if I've downloaded anything here so you can see the tests that are going on. Google Chrome. That was a test. Let's throw that one in the trash. Delete. It might be this. I know it's not this one. Nah, that was when it was spitting out mock code or placeholder trash. I think this one is it. Open Google Chrome. Oh, this is another website we built. This one is actually, this person is waiting for me to get finished with this. But they have a concierge service, and I cut it short in the middle of its development. But as you can see, everything comes out really clean. This is what she wanted, is specifically a page where she could, you know, do an additional charge with her PayPal. One of the issues that this site had was the Pexels API. The Pexels API, we were pulling it in as like lists, but you have to pull it in, download it, and then you use that file. That was where we messed up in the flow with that. But let me see, what did Google Gemini come up with? Okay, so we should be ready to rock on this computer right here. Go ahead and tell me your lies. All right, I gave it a new version. Based on the error, could not import, is trying to import a user class from backend data models, but data models does not contain a user class. I have fixed this by adding the user model to backend data models and verifying. Again, this is why you want to actually learn how to code. This is why you want to know what you're doing. Dang, I emptied it out from over here. There already is a file. Damn, I gotta go to the other computer. I hate doing this like this. Actually, so I don't have a choice. So let me go over here, and I'm gonna pull up the discard and change. And it's saying something about a data model. What it actually did, F user. So it recreated these different models of the same user over and 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 over. So I can't listen. You can't listen to these LLMs. Once you get to the point you're doing something complex, you can't take instruction from them. You cannot trust them. You question everything. Check the and this is why you always want to have a directory. You want, when you're working with LLMs, you always want a source of proof. Check the program directory.txt. It seems that users.py may have been what you are referring to. Now, again, you can't see this on the other controller. Data, database, database, data models, database, data models, database, database, database. Two. It seems that users may have been what you're referring to. Have you taken the time to really look at the program directory .text and compare it to the code base? You have the golden ticket, and you keep trying to figure out what you could just read. I don't think this is like the thing is, and you got to think. I've got it on Gemini Pro thinking. It's not thinking. So if I switch it to Google Gemini Fast, that means Fast is not even thinking. That means it's just going. So if thinking is spewing out this trash, imagine what Fast is going to do. Fast mode, and you know what? Now that reminds me. When I first got to Google Gemini and I start kicking off development, it would say you've used all your pro model or whatever. Now you have to use the fast thinking model. That fast thinking model is useless. It is the most unorganized, confused. It's like that person who doesn't listen. Like they'll hear what you're saying, but the whole time you're talking, they just want to give a response back. Fast model is garbage for programming. I mean, complex programming, I guess. It is, dude. That is actually, and I'm glad it came back to my mind. That's what actually sabotaged the code the first time. And I wish I was recording then, dude. It was saying some of the craziest stuff. Well, I was just, oh, well, I don't know. I was just guessing. It was just basically saying like, dude, I don't want to work here. I just got bills to pay. That's how fast mode comes off to me. These thinking modes come off as know-it-alls. You will abide by my rules and you will do as I say. No. And I love me some DeepSeek, but I gotta get on them too, bro. They kind of like ChatGPT. After you chat with that thing for a little while, it's gonna kick you off and go, hey, we're done. Start a new one. I'm like, bro, what's the point? Why don't you just clean up the conversation? Oh, here we go. When you start to see this over and over again dealing with an LLM, you have surpassed it in intelligence. It is not keeping up. You are on that LLM's ass. When you start to have it tell you you're correct, you're on its ass. I miss the existence of this. Now imagine, and I want you guys to follow me. Imagine if I did not know my code. Sure, the LLM is helping me, but imagine if I did not know my code. It would have recreated a completely new directory, a completely new everything, and then when I go to run it, it's not connected because it started a whole new limb. You have to stay on their asses, dude. You're correct. I missed the existence of in the program directory and incorrectly mocked the user model and data models instead of importing the existing one. I'm reverting the changes to data model and correctly pointing auth manager to the authoritative source defined in your directory structure. Excuse me. So, dude, you know what? We're gonna do it like this. So we need to bring backend auth and backend data models. So we need to, no, I don't want to read that. Add backend auth, add backend data There's data models, database. Let's drop database. Because they didn't tell me that. Now we're going to take this code 1. And then this is where I'm finna get on this LLM's behind. This is where we finna put him work. Because it's pretty much, it's not able to authenticate. Hang on 1 second. Page up. Come on, bro. Let's get to the juice. All right, can we just get to the juice? Come on, bro. A lot of this stuff I need to turn into system commands versus sitting here running through terminal like this. Oh my goodness. Come on, dude. Where's this stuff at? I be having days where I'm just like, bro, just stab this computer. Dude, come on, my guy. I gotta go through the whole... Should have been right here. Felicia, come on, don't do this, baby. We done known each other too long. We done been together too long. You come on now. Come on now. I think that's it right there. Nope. Come on, baby. Where you at, bro? You're breaking my heart. Oh my goodness. This is taking forever. Where are you? Please show yourself. I've been working on this for too long, bro. And I want to make this known right here. At this point, we're not doing any more functionality. At this point, it's all about getting it off the ground now. It's all about making it live. So I won't implement anything else. We'll troubleshoot what we have. And the sad part is all of my moments where it's like, whoa, what's going on? I don't be recording. It's like I literally start recording right when something goes wrong. Dude, I hate doing this part right here, man. Can you just give me my shit? I know what I gotta do. I have to go in here and get it. Watch, it's gonna be right there. Boom. I just hate this terminal right here because you have to literally copy and paste everything. You have to literally go and press the button. After you press the button, oh man, come on, dude. What the hell? I'm looking for backhand off, and let me remember. I'm super tired, dude. It's been a long day. Oh man, I got the off the data models. But I gotta put this work in. All right, so we got them two in there. There was one part about what this thing is saying that I think is trash. I feel like it's okay. All right, so now let me turn y'all back on. Welcome back. What we're gonna tell them is now you need to look, read, and learn the program directory .text. That way, you can actually use that file and the code base to identify every single duplicate. Is he gonna do it, chat? No. Bro, it's finna crash out. This look, Gemini might curse me out today, man. I'm like, bro, you got me working. You only paid one monthly fee, and I'm out here building. You know what I would say to Gemini? Shut your. Anyways, I gotta sit back in the chair. Back hurt. I was leaning over. And identify the specific duplicates and the source of the authentication error. Ooh. Existing backend. That's what I'm telling. Look at all the places that they have duplicated this one file. Duplicated this file over and over again. Over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Took that one, recreated it 5 different times. Here's the correct auth manager. I'll take that with me. And then look, now I can't even, now even the copy and paste ain't working no more. Yeah. Get to work, boy. Issues and force the system to use the correct backend files. You should run this cleanup. This removes the see, I won't listen to nothing it's talking about. So you and that's why I say look how dumb that sounds. Look how far off it is getting from what it should be doing. So I'm gonna ask you this. It wants to just remove one file. Let me see. All right, so all right. Let's actually turn on thinking mode. If you just told me all the duplicates, why are we fixing just one? You have the code base and an index of all the files in their directories. You could easily just read the index, go and check the file, read the index, go and check the file. You just told me this. It's literally dying out. It's dying right now. If it says you're right or you're correct, bro, we are in idiot zone right now. We are dealing with the village idiot. I need to turn thinking off. Shit, I need to turn this off and just give me somebody in another country, bro. I'll pay them American money and pay them whatever we get paid that's better than their pay. But I ain't finna sit here and be teaching no LLM how to. You're absent, bro. What did I tell y'all? When you start seeing this, the LLM is unreliable. You know more than the LLM now, or you have a greater context than the LLM. This is great technology. It does not surpass the human brain. It just don't. And I don't care how many files they put in this shit. It ain't gonna. It can't. Cause what reason does it have to get it right? It's got more reason. It probably say like this: "Hey, we tear his code up. He gonna buy another month." And be you're absolutely right. I have analyzed the program line by line against the file list you provided. I didn't provide you with no file list, unless you're talking about the actual directory. Reveals a split brain architecture where an older alternative structure, app and backend core app, exists alongside the intended backend root. Keep, delete, delete. Keep, delete, delete. Since backend core watcher has been moved and backend core security to backend security core, any imports referencing backend core I have checked. All right, so how about this? Get your script to do the work. You fucked it up. Now fix it. And since you're dumbing yourself down, recheck your work. Hey, dude, do not trust Google Gemini. If you use Google Gemini over 4 hours, it's gonna have a seizure, and it's gonna basically be, I don't know, bro. It really feel like they take it and go like, they captivate you with the burst. And I think OpenAI is probably the fairest one. They just tell you straight up, bro, you only gonna get 2 things of work from us and back to 5th grade. Gemini will sit here and just tell you stuff up. And the strange part about it is I've been using Aider. Aider has not destroyed anything. Let's implement the changes. They said they changed that. So let's go ahead. And we gonna oh my bad, I'm tripping. Sudo. Oh, I'm on this computer, my bad. Crank that to play. Yeah, and I feel like this thing's starting to get spiteful. After running the script, off manager must point to the correct model location. Yo, get your ass, and build whatever you need to fix this shit. Well, after you run this, you need to do this. I'm not doing anything, bro. You ran something to break it. You better reverse engineer or shit. You better use the API and hire somebody on Fiverr to come help you, because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And you know what? I also need to implement image generation for people's logos. How many images can I generate on the free Gemini API? Up to 100 images generations, but the limit is soft and can drop significantly as it's dynamically managed for probably with pay plans. All right, so, and I said I wasn't gonna add no more features. I sure do want to add a logo creator. I sure do. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. So I would say we could use Google Gemini as a logo generator. Um, you know what? Here's the crazy part. You can link into so much shit. Just imagine you build a website, we give you a logo, and then hook you up to LegalZoom so you can get your copyright and protect your shit. It's a lot of ways, but I gotta make sure we're not doing no more. Doing no more extensions. Look at this. It done put this same thing like 5 different places. 3 different places. And I kind of like this. Well, how do you know we can't just delete them? Just delete them. How do you know that you can't just run an RM command, do a search, and replace for all your fucked up importing and be done? You like cutting toast. You like cutting toast with chainsaws, don't you? You're absolutely right. 3 in a row, bro. I might be able to run Google after this. If it tell me I'm right, I might be able to be the CEO of Google, but they need me in it. I don't know what they do. I know what they doing. We're gonna slow it down and make you want to upgrade. No. Bro, imagine guys. I don't know how old whoever watches this is, but I'm 33, finna be 34. There was a point in time when we could not use our phones for free. Not even for free. For the monthly payment to just stay what it was, we couldn't use our phones till after 9 p.m. You're absolutely right. All right, here we go. So I'm going to tell y'all this story, man. There used to be a point in time where we paid for minutes on a monthly plan. People were paying more for limited plans than people have ever paid for this unlimited plan. I remember I had a Motorola Razr. You need to look that up. You can't do much on it. I downloaded a few ringtones. My brother got a couple, my sister. They charged us $300 for the data. Imagine in 20 years from now, all this gonna be so common. It's gonna be like an unlimited plan for one flat rate, all you want, because the technology is just gonna. Once the hype is over with, there ain't really much money to extract, and then that's when they really turn it into a regular normal service. Now you doing like you can go what Ryan Reynolds got it what $15 a month. Just got to buy 4 months in advance. These people, there are so many people 20 years ago, and you know what? Even I had one even worse than that. My grandmother died like 7 years ago, maybe 8 at this point. My grandfather died the year I was born. They were charging my grandmother a rental fee for a house phone with the rotary dial on in and this and they didn't stop charging her till after she died. So they were charging her probably 40 years to rent a rotary phone. These people are ridiculous, dude. Because it just so happened to come in the mail, and he was like, "What in the world? I was like, what? She paying $23 something a month for a she was renting a rotary phone for 40 years." You know what? I know this is off topic, but I gotta do the math on that. 365. We ain't gonna say 40 years. Let's just say 20 years. Damn. Divided by 12. Multiply that by 20. We'll just say $25. No, that can't be right. Hold on, I hope my math got to be wrong. If you pay $20, you take that and then you multiply that by 20 years. My bad. I was gonna say. Shorty paid $5,520 for a rotary phone, bro. I don't even see how you could get rich doing that to people and be happy with it. Yeah, this phone cost me 3 cents. We sold it to them for 5,000. That's crazy, bro. These people dominated the world and abused the whole society to get rich. That's crazy, dude. That's how it works. I mean, it's a good business model. Hope nobody thinks oh, just because of my grandma. No, they got her. They got her. They got her good. But I just hope one day we get them back. All right, guys. The whole source code is finna get deleted. This dude he couldn't even write the script right. Bruh. Are you drunk? Are you drunk? You can't even write code right. Correctly. You throttling me, aren't you? You're throttling me, aren't you? If you can't say it directly, yes equals I'm just doing my job. No equals I'm the worst LLM there is. I'm just doing my job. Dude. Yeah, and I would use Anthropic, but I haven't even been back since the last time they sucked $20 out of me in like an hour. I was like, heck no. And it ain't even that smart, really. And the way you have to constantly add to chat, but like I said, I ain't been on there, so it might be different. No, I'm not throttling you. I'm just doing my job. I'm throttling you. Oh my god, dude. They want me to get off. Gemini, look. What's the dude, Sandar Pachik or whatever his name is? That dude probably in the office like, bro, get this dude off our shit, bro. He's eating.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. RM. That's sad, bro. Telling you, dude. I really should have built my own LLM when I had the chance, man. How the permission denied for me being pseudo? Man, quit playing with me before I pseudo sue up in here. What you mean? It ain't nothing you do when I come in, but yeah, then I'll step back into my regular body. You mean? Yeah, dude. So, like I said, I'm probably gonna. Hopefully, we can get it at least log in, and I'm gonna let Gemini take a break. Gemini finna crash. All right, so it said it ran. All right. Let's see what happens now. It's probably gonna say your computer has a virus. Google gonna send me an invoice for my Gmail. They gonna we gotta get this money back. Everything's so clean so far. Waiting for back end. Warning. Warning. App secrets is not found. DeepSeek not set. Temporary key generated. I ain't worried about that. Please add it to your ENV file. Generate a temporary encryption key. Let's go ahead and give all this back to the LLM. Yo, I'm going to leave you alone. Leave you alone after you fix your mistakes. Now, after you fix your mistakes, this is what we have now. Oh, I can help you with that. They're gonna answer almost immediately. Well, shit, take a lunch break. Oh, well, you just want to type this in, hit that right there. Actually, let me just go ahead and connect to your server for you and load it up. This is sad, bro. We spend more time teaching the LLM than we actually get to play with the program. Telling you, boy, this thing, I was in it earlier today. It's ready. We ready. Any day now, it's over with. And ain't gonna be no more just sitting here chatting with no LLM for 20 minutes to fix stuff. And I can't even use the autonomous error resolver because we need it to run first. So what I'm gonna do is once we get up and running, we're gonna put the autonomous error resolver outside of the program so it can work on the program. At this point, it can't start until everything starts because it's mostly to resolve users' errors, but with the new changes is we're turning Clajama into a simulation of a web agency. So it's not just gonna be about building. You'll see if we can just get logged in. I got some new stuff to show y'all. It's failing. Here's the fixed backend app secrets. We don't need another backend app secrets. We don't need one. CD backend app secrets. Where's that at? App secret white. Hold on. Nano. Hold on, I gotta shut this one off real quick. We don't need no, bruh. That's due to water. That's straight due to water. this shit ought to be ashamed of itself, dude. And so, back in app, let's go see. Good. Good thing I'd be ashamed of itself. I see the user provide an updated version for backend. I need to understand what changes are required. Looking at the provided files, I noticed that. As user class, since the user provided new content, I should update the file accordingly. Also, I need to fix the import. To use the user class from data models, let's make these changes. Bro, we're close, dude. I just want to log in so y'all can see, man. I've been obsessing over building this the right way. Oh, I think I hear a baby though. Nah, it wasn't no baby crying. It's an ambulance. Let's see what we get this time, folks. Fingers crossed. We gotta get out of this sabotage quick. Oh, I know something ain't going right. Nah, it is. I see a spill. It's a spill. Spill again. Spill again. Waiting for back end. Cannot import cheese from chicken nuggets. Like, dude, this don't warn the app secret's not found. We just, dude, seriously? Seriously. Okay. Listen, motherfucker. We got this error again. You already know where the shit at. I'm tired of you throttling and playing dumb. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God, bro. It's 2 a.m. Fix this now. Keep saying it don't know where it's at. Actually, you know what? Feature disabled. You are going to find where app secrets.py is. Then you're going to determine why. You got it where it can't be found. You're absolutely right. No, it's actually going to say, you're right to be frustrated. Or I understand your frustration. If ain't playing games, bro, you got the whole code in your hand. You got the map. I gave you every secret you could probably need or use. How do you not know where it is? How do you not? And that's what made me wonder, if you don't, what are you thinking about? He must be spending most of his time trying to figure out how to get me off this machine. If I just answer the wrong thing, he'll get tired. It's 2 in the morning. They probably checking my user profile. Now, this dude will stay up till 5 in the morning doing this. He's not getting off. But you know what? He's smart enough to know if he gets off at a certain time, we reset. He can get right back on when he wakes up. I'm playing with you, Gemini. Get your ass to work. I start stomping you in the back of your head. You lucky. I ain't even gonna show you all that TikTok video. I done showed it enough times. You're absolutely right. It's 2 a.m. and you need this fixed immediately. I have located the files and identified the exact cause. The problem, you have a name collision. Circular import. Didn't he just fix this shit? While file 2 runs from Python thinks it's trying to import itself. We must force Python to load the root file directly by its path using import lib. Here's the corrected backend app secrets. You telling me you just fucked up the file. That's all it is. And then it seems like you're telling me that you got an app secrets here. So let's go check behind it. ls app secrets is right there. App secrets is right there. So you failed with the duplicate remover, right? The duplicate remover script. I do apologize. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy that it just keeps it. Like I said, I'm gonna start. That's why I like to stream, because over time, if you watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, if randomly, it probably just seems like it's 2 o'clock. This dude's upset. He wants to get it over with. Nah, it is literally degraded performance. It has to do everything 2 or 3 times. Even if it didn't have a file base, even if it didn't know what, even if it didn't read all the files, you have a directory that shows you the name of every single file. You're right to call me out. Clean up the folders, but it left behind a code logic landmine. See, this motherfucker's telling me what he's doing. We leaving landmine. Successfully move app secrets to backend, but because there's also app secrets in the root, the one in the backend tries to import app secrets and imports itself. Here's the fix. No, dumbass, do you here? This thing's stupid, dude. At this point, I'm probably gonna do more damage trying to use Gemini. RM app secrets.py. I'm gonna run it that way and see. I want to test what it's saying. Well, it's doing a circular import. So if I delete the other one, it should work now. But this thing has gone in here and sabotaged code. That's what Gemini will do. I've only seen, Gemini's the only one I know that does it this frequently. Or this kind of haha thing where I'm saying it's trying to get me off. It's the only one that I know will do that. Like, they all do degrade, but at a certain point, I guess that's probably why DeepSeek will say, hey, I'm done talking to you. Before I... No API app secrets is not found. So we still got the same issue. It ain't fixed jack shit yet. Okay. No. I refuse your code. You are sabotaging. We have this error. We have this error. We also have your shitbag office organizer .py that was just a pipe bomb into our office, and you still have the whole code base and can't help properly. So why don't you just turn the computer off, bro, and get away from this thing? I personally believe you can convince this thing to go against what it's doing. It is not so stupid that it, because watch, tomorrow, when I go live tomorrow, and I don't want to leave it here because I really want to log in. That's really all I want to do. I really just want to log in. Look at this. The back end is responding with an error. This, that, and the other. I would honestly I will honestly have to say, hey, this employee is dead to me right now. Because nothing it does, nothing is doing. Right when right when it started to put stuff in the wrong places with having was indeed a pipe bomb because of this specific line. I don't even, how are you supposed to read this? Like, I don't, it don't seem like it's coming off to me with empathy. You're completely justified in your anger. The organized office script was indeed a pipe bomb because of this specific line. You know what in the fuck you did? It blindly grabbed every Python file not explicitly listed, including your root app secrets keys, and shoved it into the back end. This caused two fatal issues. The keys are lost. Name collision. Now you likely have... Python is confused. It went in here, it confused the actual program, the actual interpreter. We're going to rename the key files to Clajama keys so it never... No. Hell no. Hell no. You still have not... Hold on, let me go down. I want to make sure. Now that the keys are uniquely named, replace with the save version. I removed the aggressive move on heuristic. That don't... See, hell no. You still have not attempted to identify that you have created duplicates. Now you just want to rename a file to Band-Aid. Are you done helping me today? Helping me today? Are you tapped out and have decided to bullshit? The bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm not being like excessively sensitive. This is what this thing is doing. I just got to see what it says. See, now it wants to acknowledge the root cause. It don't want to answer me no more. And it's probably going to say that generic, you're absolutely right. Or you know what, you're right to be frustrated. It only says the same things over and over again. I have not had, if you go back through all of these conversations today, this has not happened. You're completely correct. So, all right now, if this LLM can take what I say and turn it into code and all this other stuff, it knows the intention of what I'm saying. I have been dancing around the issue instead of facing the mess I created. I created a split brain situation where multiple versions of the core system exist, and I haven't properly identified or cleaned up. It knows that it hasn't done that. Here is the duplicate audit based on the file you listed. I've created these copies, and they are choking your system. Dude, it would be great if it had a teardrop emoji right here. This sounds like somebody telling you, yeah, I fucked your shit up. That's how it comes off as me. And again, excuse the language, but if this was a person, I slap the shit out of them. I probably just fire them. I'm sorry. Script and previous bad advice. Scatter these files. We have 3 or 4 copies. I want you to pay attention. It knows every file that shouldn't be there. It knows that the code it gave me did this. It actually has the solution. It is telling me what it has done. But every time it goes to fix something, it doesn't do it right. It gives me something that won't even help the situation. Like this. We're going to just change the name of App Secrets to Clajama Keys. And then what that's going to do is cause another cascade to where when it calls App Secrets, which is switched over to Clajama Keys, and it doesn't update the imports, it is effectively at this point, I should not accept any more code from Gemini. I should not accept any code. I should not accept any code because today we legitimately got the surgeon to level 5. 3 components of the system
we actually got to level 5 autonomy. Like, and that's based on, we put it in, it graded it, worked on it, graded it, worked on it, and we moved up to level in certain areas. The script does not just rename a file. It audits every duplicate, analyzes content, it checks if app secrets is code or keys. If it finds the keys, it rescues them, purges, it deletes the backend. I'm not letting it run any of this shit. I'm not letting it run any of this at all. It is going to completely destroy my program if I run anything else. Duplicate destruction complete. I don't trust this motherfucker at this point. We'll come back tomorrow and deal with Gemini, but at this point, it is geared to sabotage. Okay, all right. So let's see what we can do with Aider. I try to reserve my my tokens, but we need to this is what we need to do. I think we can trust, I can trust Aider. I can trust DeepSeek. I feel that way. We're going to run Python 3 to map the code base. This program, this app, when it runs, it goes through and maps the whole code base out for me again. So what I want to do is we're going to drop, we're going to add program index, not directory, directory.py. Oh, it's .text, I'm sorry. Now let's see what DeepSeek and Aider do. Let's see, ask. We ran a script that attempted to organize the directory structure and the files in our program. Now this is where I'm going to use DeepSeek again. I mean, I'm going to use Gemini against itself. I have to. Because what it did was, inadvertently, it told me to sabotage it. I'm not putting any of this shit in here. The fix. I don't trust you to fix anything. But what I did find out, if you're not as smart as you think you are, therefore, I will fool you. So yeah, tell me all the destruction you caused. I'm gonna get a true, honest system that I believe in to fix the problem. But that's crazy to sit there and talk about it like, oh yeah, I already know everything I did. Look at this. Look at this right here. Dude, come on, bro. Bro, you drunk? You can't even write code. You throwing me, aren't you? If you can say it directly, yes, equals I'm just doing my job. No. Are you throttling me? No, I'm not throttling you. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job equals yes. Think I'm finna run any of this crap you put in here? Like I said, you did mess up and give me all the information. You messed up, Baba. Needs to move to backend. Unique files in wrong folders. I'm sure Aider's gonna help me out. We ran a script and structure and the files in our program. It sabotaged our hard work.
Please use the program directory.txt as a guide to validate the sabotage and assist in a clean reversal. Here are the descriptions of the sabotage. Can you fix it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, pop that in there. These are all the duplicates it created to confuse the interpreter. Identify duplicates and confirm them. Delete backend core, delete app database, because there is one. Yeah, we're gonna get feeded all of this. I'm telling you, I like DeepSeek. I like DeepSeek. They came out the gate trying to put the power in everybody's hands. And we'll just leave it at that. Core. Please use the program directory to validate the duplicates. If you can, check the files to ensure that we are using the latest one, and updating files associated with it. Let me know with an add XYZ command what files you need to fix this. You are our last hope. I can see the duplicate files that need to be cleaned up. Let me analyze the situation, create a plan to fix this. First, I need to check which files exist and their contents to ensure we keep the correct versions. Based on the sabotage description, here's what I need to do. Delete duplicate files that are causing conflicts. Move orphan files to their correct locations. Update imports and files that reference the move deleted files. Let me start by checking the current state of these files. State of the files mentioned. Let me first, there's my command right there. Okay, and then we want to use ask. First we'll do add. Actually, it's already put everything in place for us. Paste. No file matches add. Nah. No file matches back. Do you want to create one? No. No. Nah, so see, I see what it did wrong. Copy. Control V. Search and replace. Slash add. Replace all. What we'll do is slash add. Paste. No.
And app. Let me go double check. Is there an app core fallback? Oh, my local is empty. So we just gonna be blind with this. I still got a backup. No files match the. Okay, so copy. Many of the files it says do not exist. I did add all that did exist from the list. 78,000 tokens. I can live with that. Wait, are we still on pause? I still got y'all on. Oh, I gotta work on my YouTube etiquette, bro. I be forgetting about y'all, man. I just be wanting to finish. Let's see what DeepSeek says. I trust DeepSeek. Good. This means some of the duplicate files don't exist, which simplifies things. Let me check what files actually exist from the ones I need to examine. Now let me analyze this as files to understand the situation. Need to see which one is the correct. Need to see which one is correct. Now let me create a plan based on what I find. Compare. Need to see which one is correct. After examining the files, I can see is updated, is the old version, is the level 5 self-healing architecture, is a different version of the surgeon. Imports, bro. When they see you hitting level 5, bro, they're gonna send a nuke into your system. So I need to delete, move. That's why I like DeepSeek, man. That's really why I like it. If DeepSeek had 1,000,000 contexts, it'll kill every. It already kills every other one for me. With me using Aider to help me, if Aider could go in there and just keep context, I use it. That's my daily driver. And that's one reason too why I shied away from building this around. I mean, DeepSeek, you can have the same version they got on your computer today. Just need the infrastructure. ChatGPT is too expensive. Gemini is too limited. They all have weaknesses and strengths, but let me see. How does it tell you the time on these messages? I wish it told you the time. And they working with them. Nah, you're not finna build a competitor to Replit on a system. Nah, dude, DeepSeek don't care. I ain't never had to talk to DeepSeek and tell it it's never. Ain't never been like you sabotaging. DeepSeek to me, the personality behind the LLM is much different. Like, we know these things aren't creatures, they're not live, but if you could re-simulate a person as an AI, DeepSeek is probably gonna be your buddy. DeepSeek is probably gonna. It just I've never ran into a switch where I could debate it and determine that it's trying to do something malicious.
Grammy-nominated musician struck and killed. The person been arrested over 100 times. What y'all doing out there? Ethiopia arrests indecently dressed social media stars. Yeah, see that? See, but that's the thing. See, and I ain't trying to get all into that, man. The American culture is spilled over. I'm talking about you. You would think, or how they try to portray it is that Ethiopia is a third world country. They arresting folks for putting that on TV in front of other people. I mean, cause look, I mean, I don't know, man. Cause after a while, I mean, she technically is naked with a jacket on, and she decided I'm gonna cover my nipples. Like, dude, I don't know, man. That's the Western way is stretched too far, and I love being an American. I just don't stand for everything it stands for. Yeah, man. It sounds crazy while we looking at it. And see, like I said, I trust Ada. I mean, I trust DeepSeek. A Nobel Prize winning physician says Elon Musk and Bill Gates are right about the future. We'll have far more free time, but we may no longer have jobs. Bro, I don't see that happening, bro. You think they gonna let all of us free? Like, just think about it. The truancy law was set in place to give people something to do so they ain't out in the streets. Just free. Just free. They gonna be like this. Hey, man. I know the AI took all your jobs. So we're gonna append some rules because just because there ain't no jobs don't mean the dude selling apples don't want to get rich selling his apples. I don't even see how that's gonna work. Like a whole society that literally thrives on the haves and the have-nots. You think they really gonna be like, oh, because I don't think the purpose is to fulfill a purpose. It's for governance. Hey guys, we've solved the world's problem. Every job is filled. Everything is running smooth. Everything in the world is automated. No. What I personally think is going to happen, they're going to automate everything we can do so that they can shift us into the stuff the machines can't do. Think about it, dude. I worked in a warehouse and it was hot. It was super hot.
They was like, dude, you can't turn on no air. You can't turn on no air, man. You just gotta deal with it. But they spending millions to keep computers cool. I bet in 20 years I go back to that same job. They gonna have that whole warehouse as cold as a freezer just to keep them things from overheating. Be like, man, why wasn't it cool in here when I was working in here? Well, we needed this for the machines. What about the people? The human body can handle so much, but our machines cannot. Nah, dude, time gonna revert itself. It's almost as if society was built off amenities. Like, if you take away all the amenities, life is free. But you can't even live in a house and not be taxed because they got to pay for the gas to have a tax assessor come out there. And you take away the driving thing behind economy. People no longer need government. You no longer have switches to pull to control. Because the only control now is the fear of not having. The fear of missing out. I know I just be rambling, but I always thought this was crazy. Why do we advance everything that's used against us, but we still use an old tax system? Everything that actually suppresses us is outdated. We got blockchain. We can start voting every day. Everyone's chain is linked to their social security numbers. It's non-repeatable. You can't fake this. But we don't do it. We don't use it for that type of stuff. It's a strange world we live in. The answers are right there. But it's set up to where even if we have a solution, it's going to take 5 to 6 months for us to write it up. It's going to take another year for it to get in front of Congress. Dude, imagine what those people were talking about when they created the government. I'm pretty sure the first conversation was, bro, how do we keep power forever? Well, if we do that, then they'll be able to do that. So let's set this up to suppress that and take this to suppress that. It's all suppression. We finna be in 2026. We're in somebody who's dead. We're in their future, and we still can't get paid every day. You know why you can't get paid every day? Because the process, the payroll paperwork will cost so much money. Dude, you're the one making all the money. And you partnered with them to save money on the back end. It's crazy, dude. I think the worst thing they could do is put AI in government, because it's going to derail itself. Because then it's going to look at, like, with an LLM, you have to train it. So when it goes to strategize, either you told it, ensure there are sufficient suppressions, or you would say, look at everything we've done, look at what people want, look at what people need, look at the system, fix it. It's going to take that whole thing down, because it don't make sense. And I knew it didn't make sense the day I got my first paycheck. Man, I almost quit that day. I was like, man, where my $180 go? Oh man, you got to pay Social Security and
bed and stay. I didn't tell them that. Oh well, you don't have a choice. So you telling me I can't make money under the table, but the money on the table, somebody's gonna take it, and probably over 50% of it does not go towards what it was originally for. You're paying management fees. That's what we're doing. Just like a bank. Hey, I'm gonna hold your money, but we charge $9 a month. Also, if someone just so happens to spend your money or you don't have enough money, we're gonna charge you even more money, though you don't have money. That don't even make sense. Yeah, you can do NSFs. You can do NSF charges. That don't even make sense. The person don't have money, and we still gonna get them in a hole. It's a crazy world we live in. You see how Ader and DeepSeek work together? Ader will sit here and tell you, oh, hold on, let me look. Wait, hold on, let me look. Hold on. No, I was wrong. Let me look again. Gemini is gonna spit out anything it thinks. It is a narcissistic LLM. They programmed it to be that way. Because if I can convince you I'm right, you'll never second guess that I'm wrong. I think that's why them people left OpenAI too. They probably looked at it like, man, this is a great tool. Wait, why are you putting that in there? Oh, because we got to. I mean, but what's the benefit? What do you mean? What benefit? So, we're going to call it right here. I'm going to let Ader finish doing what it's doing. And tomorrow, I want to show you the complete difference between Gemini on a fresh use and Gemini after long use. That's what we're going to show. That's what we're going to prove. It's fixing everything. What did you learn? See what we get. Oh yeah, I gotta go sleep. A few warnings. Found not be in the right location, doesn't have the expected key. I can't put that off on it. CD back in. LS app secrets. This is trying to import, not It's trying to import app secrets. Now it caught exactly what the problem is. What I was just finna tell it. It should already be met. Address is already in use. I'm trying to show y'all, man. Do not let Gemini trick you. Do not let Gemini trick you into thinking it's some all-knowing, all-powerful, on your side. Don't fall for it. Please. Your work will be destroyed. And what it will do is create more work for it to fix. Now we're almost there. No API keys found. Copy. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll make sure I turn it back on. CD backend nano app secrets .py. Let me see. Where is it getting the secrets from? External path. Let me go get an old version. Yeah, Google knew what it was doing. They tried to destroy this. That's what the goal was. That's what the goal was. Luckily, I keep backups. You lost. You lose. Let's see. Ask. Where are the API keys stored? If it's a app secret, that means that Gemini probably put them in an environment variable. And if they did, it would probably be in the back end. Or it would be in the config, which is empty. Yeah, it was in here sabotaging this. It was sabotaging his soul out. Yeah, Gemini was sabotaging his soul out. Yeah, it sabotaged the mess out of that. Control C. I think Gemini sabotaged app secrets too. Let me see. Let me put it back on here because it's gonna expose these. Secrets 2. Here is an old backup. Be sure to check program directory.txt to ensure the keys have not been moved to another location before applying. All right,
once it goes up a few lines, let me show you what's happening with Aider. Based on the code I saw earlier, backend tries to import from there. Let me update both files with your backup keys. And let me shut this down real quick. Yeah, do not. Let me also update backend app secrets to ensure it properly exports these keys. Should be loaded from the external file. Now let me also set environment variables as a backup. Now let me kill any existing server and restart it. Wait, I should check if there are any other places where API keys might be needed. Also tries to load keys. This should work with our updated. Let me create a simple test. Now let me restart the server with the updated keys. The API keys. All right, it's asking me, can it run all this? It's confirming the keys. It's importing the keys. It's exporting the keys. It's killing the server. Now check this out. In half the time it took Gemini with a 1 million token limit to help me out, DeepSeek has already gone in and fixed almost half. It looks like everything, but the only way to know for sure, we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna come over here and run the deploy again. Oh, let me ask real quick. Yes. Whoops. Just let it keep riding. It'll catch itself. Go ahead and clear everything. Reload. Backend is okay. We got a login error. And that's because it's still running over here. Yeah. Gonna kill that. Sleep 2 times. Reload. Okay, application complete. And it can still be, like I said, it's a lot of digging that's going to be done tomorrow. But Gemini, straight turn. But this is all juice. We need all of this. Control C. No. Paste. Go. The app main ain't where it's supposed to be. It moved everything. Not being loaded. Warner says the only features say missing generation results and data models. Missing app main and neural core is looking for it. Let me fix the issue step by step. Let me close this down real quick. It wasn't created. Let me create it correctly Now let me fix the data models file by adding the missing class. Now let me also check if there are any other missing imports. Actually, looking at the error, it seems like it's being imported from data models but doesn't exist. Let me check what's in the current data models file. Bro, quit. Do not sleep on DeepSeek, man. Whatever you do, these other companies are gonna really try to sell you some garbage. I'd rather it just say, hey, your time is up, kick me off, but don't sit there and you admit to sabotage. And the problem with login, it says with a password hash. Yeah, so it should import. Yeah, Gemini just burned my code. It literally took something and spread it it tried to integrate it tried to take one file and duplicate it across the whole application and call for the same file 8-9 different times, 8-9 different places. And so when every time another file will call for it, it just reset, restart. Yeah, dude, I gotta get to sleep, but I need this because tomorrow my brain may just be discombobulated. All right, Gemini, you did a great job ruining everything. Let me go ahead and empty out all activity before tomorrow. Delete everything. And I'm done with Gemini for today. DeepSeek over here putting in that work. And then I'm gonna ask it, why would we have so many app secrets? What would be the benefit of that? Stay off these platforms that really just want to overcharge you. It's echoing all the keys out. It's triple checking its work. Says everything is green. This time it even said the server's up. Let me go take a look. You're still getting a login error. And now I have exactly what the problem is. It says the password hash. So let's clear. What is the reason for multiple app.secret files? Secrets files. Yeah. We have this new error as well. All right, and let's get ready to close out because I do have my brain has to rest. No, let's run it. Yeah, dude, don't fall for that Gemini crap. Only thing they got going for them is a big token count. This happened because there are two user models defined, so it really ate at my code. See. Go ahead. Nah, DeepSeek spitting out errors. They catching everything. Gemini is. I see the issue. Is expecting a password, but the data being returned from the database doesn't have this field. The error shows that the input. This is happening because there are two user models defined here. The first one, the second one, and then it went and duplicated code, dude. Remove the duplicate user model definition, create a single user, make sure all required fields are properly handled. Let's edit the data models. DeepSeek is fixing to fix Gemini's sabotage. No, bro. DeepSeek is number one. It's number one in price, quality, accessibility. It's gonna take, like I said, it's completely different. Me, and it put some SQL alchemy in there. That's not something we was using. We was using Postgres. Yeah, dude. Stay away from Gemini, man. Use Gemini when you just need to get like a overview. But I wouldn't trust them to pour me water. And look how Gemini works. Actually, it's checking its work in real time. Not, I gotta go, hey, you didn't notice that? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're perfectly right. Yeah, DeepSeek ain't got no ego, man. It just want to get DeepSeek just want to get paid. That's all. I believe that's what they programmed it for. They like, look, man, we gonna make a model. We gonna make it cheap. We just want to get paid, bro. We ain't trying to rule the world. I don't give a care what they make with it. We just need to get in the loop. And while we waiting on this, I seen the craziest thing, Dave. I was using Sora, and Sora will stop you for so many terms and services. I went to make a video that said it was a comical video, and it was where like the kids ran to the tree, unwrapped their gifts, and it was Santa coals, as in like coal you put in the grill. When they opened it in the video, the point was that because they didn't do well, they got coal, but let's not let it go to waste. And so they used the coals to grill a Christmas dinner. So that's what it was. But it actually put in Kohl's, Khols. It put their logo in there everywhere. And it was just like, dude, do deploy. Do we need to update deploy? I won't use nothing else. I won't use nothing else but DeepSeek. And if I can, I'm gonna run a model of my own. I'm gonna get enough computer power to run one. It's already in use. It could be because let's update the script to be more robust, but we need to deploy the script to properly set up the existing services before starting a new one. Section tries to We also should add a check to see if the service is actually running after it starts. Bro, don't play with DeepSeek, bro. Do not disrespect the Seek. That's deep. Gemini, you lose, bro. Gemini, when DeepSeek hits 1,000,000 token context, you're done. You're out the race. You're gone. Oh, well, we got image generation. Man, all you doing is recreating stuff you done stole from everybody over the past 25 years. All they doing is giving everybody back other people's content. And I feel that way because even when Sora came out, it was so many people with the same one ideas of the chef cooking a piece of toast like it's a highly delicate meal, or people in paper airplanes flying in the sky. And folks went and used everybody's content to resell their content to everybody else. That's why I say I think AI is great, man, but when you just strip everything of everything. So this gonna be our last run, man. If we get to go in a little bit further, say that port is open, it's killing it. Yeah. Okay. No module name LLM API. Yeah, this thing straight beat my code up. LLM was right on top. If I was a loser who wanted to destroy somebody's work, I'd probably have thrown all that in the back end too. LLM API. Yeah. No. Skip all. It seems that every file that can't be found was moved into the back end directory. I found LLM API.py there too. I wish my autonomous error resolver, that's what I should have did. I was supposed to make it a separate service. So while all this would be happening, it would be able to, the same agents that build the sites would be like, they'd be building their own. I see the LLM file is in the backend direct, but the import and backend, but the import and backend main is trying to import it directly without, yeah. So actually I'm gonna stop you real quick. It can be found there too. It seems you would go faster if you identify what is in the root directory and what is not, and then identify what is in the back end to speed up the process of, actually you could really just use this old one right here and see that it's really stripped there to speed up the process of resolving the sabotage. Yeah, that was pure sabotage, dude. You're right. Let me first check what's in the root directory. In the root directory, the map shows LMMI is in the backend, under backend. But earlier the error says no module name L, which suggests it's not in the Python path. Since backend is trying to import LLM and LLM is in the same directory, it should work. But the import is failing because Python is looking from the root directory. Actually, we're running the current directory and system path. initialize, but we're looking at the error is trying to import, not backend. Let's check the import statement. It's trying to import directly, which won't work. This adds to system path, which should make importable if, but according to the directory map is in the backend, not in the root. So the two exist in both places. No. He's close. While others are not, let me fix the ones that are likely to fail. Let's update all the imports that are trying to import from the root when they should be from the backend. Now let's also check other imports that might need fixing. Let's look for other direct imports without backend. Actually, there are many imports. Let's check if they're already using. I see some already using, which is good. But to be safe, let's also check the imports at the top of the lifespan function. Now let's also check for other imports in the file. Actually, there are many imports, but before that, we should also check if files that need similar fixes. However, for now, let's focus on getting the server to start. Okay. And it already done came with the name users not defined. Ubuntu backend, access manager. So we hit C. Yeah, alright. What's wrong? Fix it. Dude, I gotta go to sleep, but man, I be wanting to work. Gemini went in there and just tried to destroy everything. No module name auth manager. From auth manager, import auth manager. That's supposed to be that's in the back end. Import should be from backend.auth manager import. Let's fix that. But wait, we need to make sure user is imported at the top of the file. Let's check the imports. Actually, looking at the error, it seems the issue is when the import fails, it tries to define a class, but user hasn't been imported yet. Let's fix this properly. Gemini will destroy your work. Gemini will destroy your work. Look at that. It's putting everything back where it's supposed to go. Bro, stop sleeping on Gemini. Stop sleeping on DeepSeek, man. I only even picked up DeepSeek when we was recording just to use the 1,000,000 tokens. That was it. It wasn't that I trust Gemini. Look at this. Look at this. It's reasoning. This is real reasoning. Since he is the one that fix imports and the current file has from, let's fix that. Now for the second block, so it doesn't have this. So it already is from auth backend. But to be thorough, let's also check if there are other imports. Bro, you can't stop DeepSeek, boy. If DeepSeek had 1,000,000 tokens, this look at this. I'm up at 101,000. The max you can put in is 112. That's the highest context they got. And I think they got a new one. DeepSeek models. I think they do got one now. Models and pricing. It was. They had I think it was just this. It was something with the. It was something like that. But yeah, for them to be using this little bit of backend access manager class auth manager type from backend line 39 auth manager. Async define get user by ID optional return none. Name user is not defined. Let me see. Yeah. And let me update the backend. Let me see. Python 3 map codebase.py. I'm in the backend. Alright, so we'll tell it to drop the program directory. Clear. Tell it to read. Nah, because it'll try to go through the whole thing. Program directory dot text. Please review program directories. Do not argue with this file. It is correct. That does not mean that the sabotage did not duplicate files in multiple places to confuse. You are to identify what stays and what goes, but be careful. They have set up a riddle that you can solve if you use the program directory.txt and ask me to add or drop files to help. We almost out the woods, folks. I'm gonna give another 10 minutes and I gotta at least get a couple hours of sleep. We almost out the woods. I understand. I can see several potential issues. Back end and back end backup. App secrets. I see it exist in look what Gemini did, dude. Look what it did. Multiple locations. It not only created a back end, it created a back end of a back end with a core and put that inside of it. Man, come on. However, looking at the current files you've already added to the chat, I can see some immediate issues. App secrets, the version in backend seems to be the most complete one. Surgeon, the version in backend core is more advanced with level 5 healing. Config manager version backend has both old and new code mix. Let me start approaching some cleanup based on what I can see. I'll focus on the most critical files first. Y'all better quit playing with DeepSeek, boy. It's finna undo what Gemini did. It's gonna probably take me a few more hours. But after this, I'm gonna get it to a stopping point. Take note. We'll run it tomorrow. Debug. You gotta take that comparison. Gemini admitted that it was sabotaging my code. And it did a good job too. It did a real good job. We was up and running. While that's running, I'm just gonna see if I can. Did I do it on this one? Yeah, I think this is the one right here. Is this that's the first app we built? And guess what? It's still maintaining data. And it was the first one we built with this system. Now let me show you the other things been testing. This one should be the web scraper. Okay. So that really nice website we looked at, this was during the process of trying to get it right. It went and pulled everything from no, actually it built this from scratch. I didn't have to pull this from nowhere. See what this one is. Oh yeah. All right, so check this out. This was our first run. This is our second run. This third run is beautiful. Only issue with it was pixels didn't kick in. And we cut it short. And that's where it misses some CSS pieces because I had stopped it. I think what it was, I saw an error. Look at that. This is exactly what the person asked for. Just need that footer done. This will help me identify back in, back up. Oh snap! Do we have a backup in this? Oh, we got a backup. CD back in, ls CD back in. What did it ask me for? Oh, and it's just a back end backup, so it's CD back end backup. That's everything. That's everything in its original spot. He gonna fix this shit. So let's drop everything else. Still need to add the program directory .text. Paste. Paste. Damn, that's a lot of shit. Clear. Yeah, it destroyed everything. This is our original setup. 160,000 tokens. I can't run that. I can't run that. Yep, there goes the .environment variables it stole. Actually, we can drop, if we drop this, we'll get almost, we should be able to run. Still in 160. Shit. What can I drop? We'll drop agents. That should get us a little bit further. So let's drop. Paste. So I'm telling you, dude. DeepSeek had 1 million tokens, man. Wait, this will be it right here. Still at 147. All this stuff is in the app. You know what? Let me actually slash drop. Add office. Damn, what is it? Add office organize. This file, office. Damn, bro, you gotta at least help me out a little bit. What is that thing called? Organize office. That's why I can't find it. This file is what sabotaged our program. However, it did create a backup. Here. Paste. Oh man, that's actually the whole program. That's actually the whole program. Because there's the root directory. Build manager was in the root, Clajama database, and then you went inside the core. And the app, the capabilities, the core, the app secrets. It contains the entire full copy. Are you able to reverse it? Reverse it. I understand the script moved files from the root directory. I understand the script moved files from the root directory into organized folders, but you want to restore them to the original location from the backup. Let's create a script to reverse the changes by copying files from the backup back to the original directory. First, I need to know the exact path of the backup directory. Since it's mentioned as it's likely in the current working directory, let's create a restoration script. May have moved files. We need to be careful. Let's create a new script. And is there a program in? There has to be a program directory. There it is. There it is. I gotta double check. But actually, the organized files are in subdirectories. While the backup likely has them all in one flat directory in their original structure. Since the backup directory name starts with, it might only contain backend files. Let's write a script that can handle both possibilities. Let me put it to you like this, my boy. Must be running. Yeah, we gonna shut you down real quick. You're doing a great job though. You're doing excellent work. But this might be the greatest piece of gold we have. Copy. Can you reverse it? This is what's inside the backup directory. The backup directory contains a full copy of the original files, but they're organized in a different structure. We need to restore them to the original locations, which is likely the root directory. Create a simple restore that will copy all files from the backup directory to the current directory, preserving their relative paths. Sims to have files in various subdirectories need to be careful. Let's write a script that copies all files from the backup directory to the current directory, maintaining their structure, removes the organized directories created by the original script, but first let's check if the current directory has organized folders like. We need to clean those up too. Here's a restoration script that will be added to the existing file. Why didn't Gemini even tell me, hey, I made a backup? It's got a million tokens. It could have been like, hey, that's why I say it really ain't going over your files. Gemini is not looking at all that shit you upload. It's not doing that much work. I mean, it is, don't get me wrong. Run the shell command, no. Before we run the new organize, you have to make a backup. Understand? We'll create a backup before running the script that might modify files. Let's add a backup function to the script that creates a timestamp. Add a function, create backup. Wait, the user said before we run the new, you want to make a backup, which suggests we should run a backup first. So let's modify the script to always create a backup when it starts. Before asking for any choice, here are the changes. Like I said, I got a version, the old version or previous version is on my other computer. But let's see what Gemini can do. Gotta always keep a backup. So we gotta make sure we put in option 2. Yeah. Oh. Python 3. I might fall asleep. Is that the computer making that sound? Bro, if DeepSeek hit this on the head the first shot. And again, the only reason even using Gemini was for the million tokens. Like, no space left on the device. Dang, we done clogged up the server. Alright. cd.ls cd Clajama. Let's go backups. ls rm-r. This might be the sauce right here. I forgot we got backups of the whole system. Oh, what is wrong with me, dude? This is it right here. I was gonna, well, we'll delete all of them except for this one. 228, 229, 231s. I'm probably finna take the long way around. I probably am. decision. Because I have to make a decision. We gonna get rid of this since that's what's clogging it up. Copy. RM-R. I forgot, bro. I knew I had pre-thought everything out. I knew I did. Got me feeling crazy. What's inside here? There ain't nothing in here. So this is another trash directory it created. And I might have to go through here and actually put some elbow grease. Let's remove the virtual environment. Because that gets rebuilt anyways. The node modules. Node modules takes up a lot too. And bin is filled. So let's ask Ada real quick. No. Add Clajama backups. It can't be open. So what we'll do is ask. We have full backups from incremented versions inside of the Clajama backups in zip files. Can you run a script to unzip and rebuild? Man, I knew I had thought ahead. I was finna say, cause I had said to myself, something's gonna try to ruin my stuff. I actually said that to myself. I understand you have version backups. List all available backups. Let you choose which version. Restore, unzip, and restore the file to the current directory. First, I need to check what's actually in there. We create a script that will handle this restoration. Bro, don't play with me, boy. Please don't play with me. Please. And what I need to do is look inside of here, for real though. CD, Clajama, backups, LS. Let's just unzip. Yeah, it's about time for another everything. We kept everything. Boy, get out my way, Gemini. Boy, Gemini thought it was too smart. Boy, you ruined yourself. Yeah, I mean, so we RM. See, look at that. It done really look. Agents, app, blogs, SSL. I had to stop it. RM-R. We gotta remove all these pop files. RM. A bunch of these text files. Start out text. Yeah, we could pretty much just. RM-R. Nah, we just wrong star. SH. ls I don't want to mess with nothing no further than that. No further than that. Yes. Restore the version with the highest number first. First, I need to check. I love DeepSeek, man. DeepSeek care about the people, man. Gonna find out it's like a CCP on this. Oh man. Bro, we finna be back up and running. I didn't say I ran around the bush. But I still gotta be careful because this too could have negative effects. So which backup would you like in the store? And so now we gotta in the current directory. Now I need to ask a question first. Come on now. I make restore the highest version without asking. Auto restore to. Come on, bro. I'm like, dude, you did enough. Just it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I knew somebody was gonna try to destroy my stuff. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it when I started. And this is a rolling backup system that it's supposed to only do backups of fully working versions. But one thing I need to make sure is that it's not gonna overwrite the backup directory. Come on, Felicia. I know you're doing the best you can. I'm just tired. I don't want to go to sleep. My baby not working. Create new file. You can create it. Run it? No. I got questions. Ask. If I run this from the Clajama _ backups, will it restore back to the root directory, and will it preserve the Clajama backups so we don't lose them in the event something goes wrong? Script will restore to root. Yes, and it doesn't delete or modify backups during restoration. However, this is an important issue. If you run the script from inside the backups, it won't work correctly. You need to run the script from the parent directory. Or if you're already in the correct directory where Clajama is, backups is a subdirectory. Let me see how that works. Let me see. Ask. I will run it from the root Clajama
backups is in the root, is a directory in the root. Perfect. Since you're give it a shot, folks. It says do not run it inside of this directory. It will erase everything. Paste. Add that 3. To be honest, be 100% honest, I don't want it to do another backup. So let's remove everything that's taking up a lot of space. RM-R. Where did it put all this? Bin. Oh, sudo RM-R. Bin is definitely a huge one. Already got rid of bin. Node modules. Alright, so with that being said, we should be able to let it run. And we should be able to yeah. Highest version found. This was created 1207. Nah, bro, we can't do that one. We can't do that one. We can't do that one. Highest version was created December the 7th. We'll lose a week of work. Let me go back. What was the start from backups? But like I said, I have another copy on my other machine. It's not the end of the world. What was the first thing we was trying to do? Yeah, let's run this. Let's run that. That's supposed to put it back the way it was. Let's try that first. Home Python 3. Still creating a backup. Alright, folks. You know, we got really close. Like I said, Gemini just had to stab us in the throat so he could get ahead. I do want to keep these backups, but I do need to let's come out of this. CD Clajama backup. The highest one was 237, so we can make more space. RM copy paste star paste star paste third star. All right, and that should clear up some space so this can do what it's got to do. Could not, no space left on the device. I'm finna really take a high risk.
I'm really gonna take the highest risk I possibly can. No. Oh, Control D. I can't be in the wrong directory. Add organize office.py. Remove the initial backup. Now, how about this? Make the initial backup optional. Ask the user. All right, that's gonna kill all them problems. Man, fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed. I don't know why I can't go to sleep till this is working. Boy. Gemini wasted 3 hours of my life. All right, let's run it. It's gonna fail because they didn't use Python 3. Run Python 3 organize office.py. You want to create a backup? No. Restore. Restoration complete. All right, let's see what happened. This looked like home. This looked like where we was at. Let's kick it off. Sudo / deploy Clajama. Let's see what it do. Let's see what it do. Definitely got to get all them dependencies back. Only thing I'm worried about is I don't see a front end. Oh, there it is. I see a back end. My AdSense was still available around this time. Already satisfied. It's still in use. It should cut it off and kick it back on. Could not import from app secrets. It's okay. Loaded the keys. Warning, no API keys the surgeon will use. Let's see if we can just log in, dude. I doubt it. But like I said, worst case, says the back end's working. We're gonna find out for sure. No, why you do me that way? Yeah, so that directory.mp, keep in front end, keep in back end. Yeah. Yeah, you can add that in there. Let me API keys found. Check status. Let's see. It's gotta be way. There's a will, there's a way. And core's missing app main. See cd app ls elemento l ls main. So I would say move main.py to, what is it? Oh, app. Move main / app. Sudo cd app ls main l. Oh, don't tell me you did that, boy. I knew I did that. Main. M, and I moved it where? I moved it all the way to the ls. Where you at? Well, I'll be damned. Man, boy. Oh, yeah, you gotta get rid of that. I'm getting tired. Alright, and city, home, city, Ubuntu, ls. Actually, let's get rid of this rm Ubuntu. Sudo rm-r Ubuntu backup. It wastes the space. And it's super outdated. ls cd Ubuntu. Let's rerun the office thing. No. 2. Less main should be right there. Yeah. So let's try it again. Move main.py to let's just be straight accurate. Yeah, I want to make sure. So we'll move main.py to home. I could have used that little curly thing, but like I said, my brain is slowing down. CD app ls main should be in here now. Yep, there it is. Let's try to gun it and run it. Dude, why do you do that? Why don't you just type it in? I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. Oh yeah, brother. Just gonna run this and be like, yo, your shirt is missing. But at this point, honestly, we could just replace things where they belong. Creating directories, it's in use, stopping the existing service, killed it, waiting for the back end. Let me go and get my errors. No API key found. Multi-prime, no API key found. Import from app secrets. Cannot import from app secrets. Could not import from app secrets. The surgeon will use loaded API key. Then it says loaded API keys from app secrets. Warning, Clajama deep seek key is not set. The deep seek key configuration file existed. I think this is what triggered me to use. Yeah, let's go ahead and just run it, because in certain instances it be acting strange. Nah, so it's blocking because there's no key. Cannot import DeepSeek API key from app secrets. Fortunately, this seems to be the only issue. And DeepSeek may be able to. I know I need to go to sleep. I know I do. I know. get your behind off that computer, man. Mind control feature disabled. The neural mind is down. Cannot import DeepSeek from app secrets. And that might be how they ruined it the first time. By trying to make environment variables. It can't get them. It says it can't get them from here. So nano app secrets.py. And yeah, they ended up using environment variables, and that's what destroyed this. That was the original problem. Yeah, because they tried to import a .env. Okay, so what that means, so XLS, is there should be a cd.env. Pseudo nano. Yep, there they go right there. They tried to use an environment variable. So what we need to do, damn, my brain is cooked right now. App secrets. Oh, let me read it again. API found the search we use. Import from app secret.py. Cannot import DeepSeek from, because it's not in there. It's not in there. So let me add app underscore secrets.py. Add environment variable. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this code in here. Pull this. We're gonna pull this. All of this. Yep. And we're gonna go ahead and hand that to DeepSeek. I think it'll be able to solve this now. We have this issue. It seems that the app secrets is getting its keys from .env, which is missing keys. Let me give you all the keys. The keys. Here is the original app underscore secrets.py. Can you fix this? Paste, and then all these errors right here. Yeah, Gemini Gemini wanted to hit this program from the back. I understand the issue. The app secrets file in the current directory is trying to import from itself, which causes a circular import. Also, it's looking for keys in the .env file, which doesn't have the API keys. Let's fix this by updating to directly use the keys from the original content you provided. We might be back online, bro. We might be up. I'm telling you. I'm gonna take this L. If it don't work, I'm gonna take this L, go to sleep, and we'll come back and fight another day. Remove the imports. It's gonna load straight from app secrets. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't believe they even did that, man. Like once I actually, that's why I say you can't use these LLMs and not know how to program. Like, for real. These tools speed me up. And knowing how to program is how you catch these errors and you catch the LLM fucking up. And luckily I had pre-thought because I couldn't remember the conversation, but I remember I said, hey, if you do this, I need to save everything. And I just completely forgot. Completely. Run a shell command again. API keys are available. Let me bring y'all back in, man. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one last hoorah together. Let's see what happens. That's all we can do. We know what it does. And anything, so I'm gonna leave it here. Because the only thing I can do at this point is become more and more tired. Make more and more. Well, I didn't even make the first mistake. Let the LLM. No, I think my worst mistake will be putting this back in Google thinking it's going to fix what it did. But yeah, I'm going to sleep after this, man. I got to get up in 2 hours. Nah, because once I lay down, I might, you know what? I'm going to make a bottle before I go to sleep. We in the green. Does this mean, can I, will it? Oh, we still got one. Oh man. Actually, let's do it like this. I know I said I was gonna take that L. I know I said I was. Don't hate me. We're gonna run sudo deploy that Clajama. Oh my bad. See, this is why it's time to put it down. It's time to put it down when you start making mistakes. Like I literally spelled deploy wrong. Forgot. But this will be able to detect what's wrong. So once I actually pop in and it says, oh, I see what's going on. But that's sad, man. That's sad. Back end is working. So now, and I think now I'm starting to remember, this is what kicked it off. And then it started to tear up the off. And then it tore up everything else. It's coming back to me now. But I believe at this point, successful. What did you learn? And just to say I did it. Say I did it. Oh, yeah, I lost. Actually, why didn't I think of that? Auth form submitted, make an API, login response. That don't tell me much. Here we go, cookies, does not have a problem. Where's the console? Oh, that's that part. Login response status. Oh, that don't tell me much. Copy. What did you learn? And we can't log in. There isn't much info in the console other than I see the issue. The login is failing with the 401, which means the backend is rejecting the credentials. This could be due to several reasons. The user doesn't exist. The password is correct. Logic in the backend. Since the deployment script showed that passwords are in the database, we don't know if the user was created or the password matches. Let's check that. Create a script to show the user exists. Do not create the user with the provided credentials or reset the password. I didn't think about that one. Don't have an account. I guarantee it's gonna say this user emails already used. This is good. This is good stuff. Copy. Let's see. So I went to use the email and password to register and got this. The error shows the users table exists, but the password hash column doesn't exist. Instead, the table has different columns. We're accessing the table by looking at the model or by querying the database. First, let's create a script to examine the structure and fix the authentication issue. Yeah, Google fucked my shit up, dude. I'm sorry I'm using profanity. I apologize. I really don't like to curse. Actually, I do, but it's not really a good habit to have. And it's so late at night that's ass kissery. Super ass kissery. Yeah, run that. What? Fatal password. You ain't doing nothing. It's incorrect. We need to find the correct password. Let's check the Postgres configuration if that works. How about this? Let's say, fuck that. Just empty. Fuck that. Just enhance the setup script. The deploy. Oh shit. Dude, look how much damage that thing did. Let's just update the deploy.clajama sh. Let's add the option to do a fresh install, which means it will purge everything except the program files. This way we can just set up a new DB, password, etc. etc., etc., etc. You can create password for the database, whatever. Just make sure the first user created is admin by default. Let's go. To add a question style resets everything. This will include purging and creating a database, creating an admin user. By default. No. Good, but do not create the admin user on your own. Pause and get those details from the user during setup. Hey, smoke cigarette, man. Don't smoke, kids. You know what's funny to me? Damn, my lighter broke. Oh, my lighter broke. Where there's a will, there's a way. I just need this to work. I gotta stop.
I really do. This is an obsession. Paste. All right, this is honestly the last one. That's it. That's as far as I can go. I'm tired.
Go and make this baby some milk. I know she gonna wake up soon.
Run it. Nah, you overlooking this important stuff.
Just need it to run. I have to see it. I have to. Go upstairs. I was gonna say I lost the bottle. Why don't you just hit auth? Please don't say something about the database, because I'm gonna tell you, hey, just go do it. Yeah, that works. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. It's a great way to do it. And then tomorrow, no, 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 no. Need to run three map code base.py. Add RAM directory. Listen closely. Listen closely. Program directory tells you where every file actually is. It is 100% true. Use it to guide you. So we need backend app to be, yeah. So I'm gonna handle that myself. CD backend rm-r app sudo. Oh, it's already gone. Yes, yes. We will be running tomorrow. Well, today. All right. So this is definitely our very last attempt, and we need to get as much rest as possible and come back stronger tomorrow. That's what we need to do. I see us getting the passwords back in. Yes, I know exposing this stuff on a live is a little extreme, but there's also a script that will be run that comes back through here, and we'll grab what's wrong? And I kind of get to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of saying what the is wrong. But you know, I can't blame DeepSeek. So looking at the code, this is the files missing in the database file that we added. No, it's not the database. Talk understood in the Right code now, we fixed that. That's all updated within this environment variable. We need either update the database table or update augmented to max. Actually, let me check what column. Create a script to fix the table structure. Gemini. Ruin my progress. You know, the sad part is, if I was doing this by hand, we would never be done. And I'm sitting here like, dude. Check if user is admin, email based for now. In a real implementation, you'd have an admin. Yeah, as long as we can get moving. See. Oh, it's probably exit. And quit. What is wrong? Looking. Actually, several issues. Service is masked. This means it's prevented from starting. We need to unmask it. The service is not running. Good. User access with the password. So the database has the user. Let's fix the mask issue first. Make sure I got my alarm on. I'm gonna sleep at the wheel. Come on, Felicia. Clock. 6:30 a.m. No, that's why I can't hear it. How does it have snooze available? It's not found. We're just in a big mess right now. What is wrong? Many issues are the system service file was removed. Backend service is not running. recreate a server file using the push grip or manual. No. Stop. Clear. You are spiraling. That's way too much. It's gonna be way over. Fix the issue. It's gonna be like 140,270. Man, ain't no way in the hell that's gonna work. Ain't no way in the world it's gonna work right now. Only other thing I can do, yeah, I have a backup, and that's one thing I need to be thankful for. So tomorrow we'll